Oh, I love it. Hello, smilers, campers, amazing human beings, and LinkedIn unicorns. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday. G'day, Shorty!
Hey, Scotty's in the house.
Oh, mate, I love it. Sorry, people, but we're just pissing ourselves because we're sitting here, Shorty and I are pretty casual sort of dudes. We rock up haven't been for a little while, but we've been rocking up every week for the last couple of years, just having a yarn, right? So it's been a couple of years, Shorty. That's the big thing. We've been doing this for a little while now, and we're sitting here and we still get it all average. But it's just brilliant. Tonight I've got too much light. You haven't got enough.
That's what makes it special.
I had to put a bloody hat on because of the baldness was shining bright on the light.
I thought I was still seeing an eclipse.
Oh, I love it. I'm just at the end of the day, Shorty, I don't know if you get too much more authentic than that. Just turn up as you are, doesn't it? But that's about what it's at for life, it's turning up as you are, having a crack, and that's what I love. But tonight, mate, it's good to see you. It's good to spend some time. I said in the preview, it's time to reconnect, it's time to bridge the gap, and that's just me and you. Because as much as you and I talk a bit, I love this. I love rocking up on a Wednesday night, you and I having a bit of a yarn, because it fills my heart, with someone I care deeply about. So how are you, mate? How's the hammer attack?
Mate, it's on the mend. It is on the mend. It blew up a little bit the other day again, but you know what? That's part of the journey. That's part of the journey of, a couple of steps forward, a couple of steps back, and we continue on this path called life. And the opportunities that it throws at one, we've got to deal with it. And so that's what I'm learning along the way myself. Haven't been able to train in over 5 weeks properly is the level that I like to train, and it's a challenge. And I started back at the gym with Lily the other day because we're on a journey with her and her training. So it's nice to train together. But it's like I did a couple of squats and a couple of lat pull downs. The next day, it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, we live and learn, and each day is every different day. So we're on the mend. That's the main thing. We're on the mend.
And I love that because I love the fact that you're coming back with your daughter. You're not doing it on your own. You're doing it with Lily. You're being a team effort to get back to where you want to be. That's pretty awesome.
Yep. And how are you? How's your recovery?
I'm pretty excited. I'm allowed to do arm curls finally after 2.5 months.
Giddy up.
Instead of 30 kilos, 1 kilo. I'm too embarrassed to go to the gym to do it because it's 1 kilo. If anyone's trained with me, they know. I get pretty excited when I train. I love training. It's one of my most favorite things. And at F45, I just pump it. I just go as hard as I can, and I love it. I get into everybody, but I don't think I can go down there doing 1 kilo going. So it's just, but I'm the same as you, Shorty. It's nearly 3 months since I've been able to do the training I want. And it's been a challenge for me, I love the lifting that I do. I love the community stuff we do, and which we're going to share in a minute about some pretty awesome stuff. But that's such an important part of me.
Yep.
Part of my identity. It's part of what makes me able to do the things that I do, and again, this year we're having to put back the run again. But that's okay, right? Because I love the way you and I work because we've got a bit of a twist. And tonight I want to talk about that in a minute. But firstly, I want to talk about you and I, right? Because the business of smiles, what do? We improve community spirit, through connection, positivity, and optimism. And it's so important, right? And right now more than ever, I feel. And I love the opportunity we're put together and we're going to release tomorrow, and we're going to start getting it all going because it's quite significant.
Yeah.
But how's your heart, mate? Because, it's a big journey, this journey called the business of smiles, and and it's not always easy, and there's a lot of complications. I thought running a business was hard. Try running a not-for-profit. I'm like, whew, next level, right? So, how's your heart?
Mate, it's, you know what, the conversations that we had every day and the impact that we're making every day, that's just what makes the heart blossom. Like, we get off the phone, you know, as you know, we're speaking every day, and just the conversations that we're having and the impact that it's rippling out there, that's what makes the heart burst. That's what makes the question of, like, you know, because I ask the question, how are we making impact? Where are we making impact? And then when you have conversations with people and you hand out socks and you get the response that you get, you know that you're making impact. You know that you're having a difference. And that's the thing for me, constantly reminding myself, like, far out, look how, and this is, you know, the common thing of, like, look how far we've come. Look at the impact that we've made, and we've only just scratched the surface, you know, and what's on the horizon and what's coming up. It's, once again, we keep on leveling up. We go, oh, how can we do things better? How can we do things more impactful? How can we do things bigger? And, you know, when we get off the phone, it's like, blah, 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 blah. It's like a game of ping pong, like back and forth, back and forth. But we know that, you know, our dreams and inspirations and aspirations, that we are making a difference. We will be making even a bigger impact, bigger difference. And that's what makes my heart sing. That's what makes my heart burst with love, joy, happiness, and knowing that I'm helping someone connect, I'm helping someone positivity, I'm helping someone with optimism, I'm helping someone to have hope. And I think that's the biggest thing of the ability to get from where they maybe currently are, to see that there is opportunity, there is hope, there is, you know, freedom out there for everyone. And hopefully that can touch a little heartstring in people who are watching this tonight or tomorrow or the next day, that there is hope. And if we can inspire, provide that hope in someone and reconnect someone to themselves and to the families and to the community, gosh, we're making a difference. So that's where my heart's at. And you?
Oh, look, I really appreciate that, because that's what we're about here. You know, like it's that improving community spirit. It's so important, because I mean, I'm actually going to open that up. Like, community, what does it mean to you? Well, for me, community is my home. It's the place that I feel safe in. It's the place that I thrive in. It's the place that I have my relationships in. It's the place where my son's safe in. It's the place where my wife's safe in. It's the place where we come together and we support one another. You know, and it's community is so important. And recently, I'm calling builders around Australia at the moment, and there is a very poignant part of these conversations that I'm asking these builders is, what community events are you involved in? What parts of your community are you involved in? And it's fascinating, because the people who actually are involved in community events are the ones that have a purpose beyond themselves. So they're not focusing here, they're seeing this. So all of a sudden they've got a bigger picture. So all of a sudden, you know, they're involved in a community. So there's more things happening for them. And they're actually in a much better place than the builders who are focused narrowly. So community, like learning this while I'm doing my work, is just phenomenal. Like, it's giving me more conviction in what we're doing. Community to me is so many different elements to our community, but the one commonality between all of it is that we all belong to it. We all belong to a community, and we all affect one another with our actions, you know, be them positive, negative, sideways, whatever. They all have an impact on the rest of our community. And that's why, like, that's why I do what I do, because I love my community. You know, like, I truly love my community. I came up to your community, you know, in June and July, you know, and I love your community. We touched hearts in and around Lismore, Evans Head, Mullumbimby. We really touched hearts, but we also touched our own in the process. So, community, Shorty. I mean, that's just a little breakdown of what it means to me. What does it mean to you?
And, you know, I just want to sort of jump on that and, I guess, ask the listeners, what does community mean to you? Maybe that you're watching this, And what's the biggest challenge that you see right now within your own community? What are you noticing? We've spent last couple of years going through COVID, and it's had its own challenges. How has your community changed? What are you noticing as we come through that? What are the differences between 2018, 2019 compared to 2020, 2021? And what are you noticing now? Because I think that it has had a massive change. And I think, we say that in our mission is around about reconnection. It's time to reconnect. It's time to bridge the gap. And for me, that's what's community is all about. It's about the connection. It's the ability to pop your head over the fence and go, hey, how you doing? Or cross the road and go, hey, do you need a hand with that? Or pick up the phone and go, how you been? And I think personally, we've lost a lot of that. We've gone quite insular rather than outward base focus, and where we don't put our heads over the fence, or just to check in with our neighbors and check in with our family. And I think that's super important. And for me, it's that whole connection piece, and the community doesn't have to be your next door neighbor. The community can be interstate. It can be across the globe, but it's the ability to check in and go, how you doing? How's things for you right now? And that's what's important for me.
Yeah, I'm going to grab that for a little bit, because what is important, right? And I think that's a question we need to be asking a little bit more. What is important? What's our
And why?
purpose? Yeah, what's our purpose? Why are we doing this? And it's something that you and I constantly try to challenge, right? At the moment, we're reshaping the way in which we present the business of Smiles, because although it's not about us, I'm just going to speak blatantly obvious, right? Well, not obvious, but blatantly open. A lot of our imaging's been around us, when the reality is it's actually not. It's about everybody else we touch hearts with, and it's the ripple effect from that. Like, you see the socks in the background right now, and why are they so bloody important? It's because every time you open up your drawer and you see those socks sitting in your drawer, you remember the heartfelt connection you got when you were gifted them. It's from someone's heart to your heart to say, I just see you at the moment. Christmas coming up, it's actually the loneliest time of the year for a lot of people. And it's more important now than ever, after the last 2 years we've had throughout Australia, to actually really just say, hey, thank you. Thank you for doing your best right now. And the best way to do that is honestly with these socks. And it's not about socks or anything. Any money that goes into the socks goes straight back into the community. So it's not about that, but it's about people remember the gift, like, and a quality gift, right? When you get a gift, right? Think about it for a moment. You get a gift that's poor quality. You look at it and you don't rate it. It gets put aside. But when you get given something from someone's heart, that they've actually seen you and actually want just that real true connection, you're really bridging that gap between you and them. You're really making that connection really strong. And that's what the socks do. When you turn around to somebody and say, listen, I just want to thank you for doing your best right now. Can I gift you a pair of socks? Let the socks talk for themselves. The message will be there, but it's that heartfelt connection. And that's going to lead us into what I'm about to talk about now, Shorty. So are you okay if I talk about it? Because it's
go for it.
Right. So we're up in your community, and it was the most amazing connection piece ever. We're coming up in Lismore and Mullumbimby, but it's my turn. We're going to my community. We're coming to Frankston, and I cannot wait. I can't. I'm actually got tingles. I've got tingles thinking about this, Shorty, because I love Frankston. I love the people in it, and it encompasses so many amazing people, and they're just amazing. And I'm going to get to that comment in a minute, sorry, but just this opportunity that we're bringing to Frankston is I'm finishing up work on the 10th of December this year, and I'm going to walk the streets of Frankston. Shorty's coming down from Lismore. Got John coming, from Lennox Head. We've got John coming down from the Gold Coast. We've got people such as Lisa Westgate. We've got people such as Nick Hughes. All these amazing people. Tony Harrington's coming out with us to walk the streets to say thank you to our community. We're going to walk the streets with 5,000 pairs of socks over 2 weeks. We're going to walk the streets and we're going to connect with our community because Lisa Westgate, yeah, love you, girl. But we're going to be doing this because we're worth it, right? We're going to touch hearts like never seen before because I know the people, and I am so lucky for the people in my life. Like look at the comments right now, right? Caroline Murphy Menace over in Ireland. Love this one with all my heart, gifting people permission not to be perfect. That's what we're here doing. The connection in our BBB community has made such an impact on our lives because we're discovered we aren't alone on our journey. Personally checking in with our family during COVID, especially during Melbourne, our Melbourne peeps, we impacted the drive to keep pushing through. This really does do. You can read it, right? I'm getting Lisa Westcott. I'll be there. This is heartfelt,
Yeah.
Everything we're doing inside the business is smiles. It's a pebble onto a pond that creates ripples far beyond anything that you and I will ever see, Shorty. But this Christmas, we're doing 12 days of Christmas, leading into Christmas, walking the streets saying thank you to the community in Frankston for doing their best right now, it's my home. It's our community. We walk these streets together. We do this together. And I'm just so I'm looking forward to loving my community. I'm looking forward to letting my community know how much I love them, know how much I appreciate them being a part of something that is we all live in, and I can't wait to speak to so this, is it okay if I share what we're doing?
Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, cool. All right. So we've got, as of the 12th of December to the 24th of December, we will be walking the streets of Frankston and we will not be missing. We'll be speaking to everybody we possibly can. We've got amazing people coming behind us handing out the socks, but we've got a massive event on the 24th of November. So this will be promoted left, right, and center. It's going to be promoted by communities outside of just our community because this is so important. On the 24th of November, we're having a night. It's going to be a documentary, Intuition, the Personal Guidance System. Now, it is very significant to the business of smiles, okay? We're going to have drinks, we're going to have canapes, we're going to have silent auction, and you're going to be able to bid for one human experience. We're going to auction off a human experience. These human experiences are valued at 10 grand. You get to spend 3 days with Shorty and I in a motorhome, traveling through rural Australia, gifting socks, touching hearts, touching communities. More importantly, bridging the gap in yourself. It is the most human. If you listen to John Craig cannot speak highly enough about what we did. Murray Park can't speak highly enough about it. Alan Stevens can't speak highly enough about it because it brought all of us closer to ourselves. You're going to have the opportunity to do that. I can't wait for this, Shorty. I cannot wait because Bill Bennett, right? He's an ex-Four Corners reporter, one of the most remarkable men I've managed to meet in my life, who it was on a journey. An incident happened where he was driving down a street in Los Angeles and he had a feeling or a voice go, slow down, and he ignored it. And he had that feeling and voice again. It was really strong. And he's just slowed down. And next thing you know, a truck went across the front of him. It changed his life. He's like, what was that? What is that feeling? What was that? So he spent 7 years of his life traveling around the world, speaking to all different people to find out what that intuitive voice was. Here's the kicker. Back when I was having a few issues trying to work out what I was doing before Sunday sessions, which is the prequel to the Business of Smiles, I saw this thing on Facebook about intuition, and I'm like, I'll go and have a look. I'll go and see what it's about. Get there, and it's sold out. Right? It's just one movie. I didn't realize anything anyway. I was with my mate Darren. We walked in there and said, "Nah, sorry, you can't. Didn't buy a ticket." I said, "Nah, so it's not really my thing, generally, But I just thought, well, may as well come and see it. Something new." Anyway, can't come, so we left. As we left, we walked up to the ice cream and chocolate bar. Standard place for me to be. And And this guy comes up, he goes, "Did you guys want to come and see this movie?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, it's sold out there." He goes, "I'd love for you to come and see it." I said, "Why is that?"
Wow.
He goes, "I made it. It's my documentary, and I really want you to come and see it." And I'm like, "Okay, no worries." So I did. I went and saw it, and I went and sat with it. I'm proud to say that Bill's one of my good friends now. He's a man that lives in my heart. He changed my life that day only because I had a question. It wasn't about intuition and the woo woo side of that. It was about the question of what if? What is that voice?
Mm.
What is that regret? What is that? What is it? And ask me questions about it. I'm still learning, but it opened up the door of
Mm.
opportunity, which led me to here. I now trust myself because of that. I can do the things I can do because I just trust I'm in the right place. I trust that I'm meant to be here doing that. Imagine a world in which we all could do that. Not to mention, the other things that are going to be on the night. Like that's one small part of the night. Shorty, you're going to be there. Jack Levi, Elliot Goblet is going to be there. We've got Mark Lang, Scotty McLaughlin, all these amazing people. Art of Intelligence. Right? Wait till you learn about that. We're having a night that's going to support Frankston, and
Mm.
I'm so excited, and there's so much to it, but we'll get the details out there. But I think there's something that's even more important on that, Shorty, if that's all right.
Can I just jump in before you do?
Yeah, please.
So it's going to be huge, right? As we all know, it always is and always will be. So if you'd like to come along to the event, just make in the comments a ticket and we can send you the link for the tickets. If you'd like to be part of the event and see how you can get further involved in the event, just type in involve so we know where you're at. But if you'd like to share the event, if you'd like to go, you know what, I've got a good network, I want to get this message out there, I want to help get this message out there as many different souls as possible, just type in share, just so we give you the right resources to do any of those three things. So if you want a ticket, cool, ticket. If you want to get involved, great, get involved. If you want to share, just type in share, just so we know how we can further support you to get this amazing message out there. So I just wanted to put that out there.
No,
Continue on.
beautiful. Thank you. No, thank you. And look, tickets are $97, right? For your ticket, you get drinks for 4 hours. There's canapes. There's so many amazing things. It's like not only that, you get to be a part of a community that will take things to the next level. You get to be involved in something that I won't say has never been done before because I don't know what has been in the past, but I will tell you this: it's going to make a significant difference to a lot of lives, and I can think of no better way to share my time and my heart, and I'm looking forward to having you be a part of it. But the big key here for me is right, and this is I just want to talk about it because businesses inside Frankston, I want you involved, right? And I want you to get right behind this because we're going to be tackling areas that most people don't want to tackle. We're going to be tackling areas, there's going to be different levels of people walking the streets with us. Like I'll be talking to some of the people that, maybe most people don't, but there'll be other people like Lisa, you gorgeous human being. Lisa's son and Oscar are going to be walking the streets together, handing out socks to, young folk. Like, how cool is that? It's a community effort to make things different. But this is the big kicker. This is why it's so important for businesses is to be involved in this. Every business that supports the business of Smiles in this effort, we will give your staff lanyards and badges, right? So the people that we give socks to will know who to thank for those socks. Every single time a pair of socks is gifted, please thank anybody that wears a Business of Smiles badge because they are the people that have paid for this because they value you and your community. I can't spruik that enough because that's the only way in which we're going to be able to identify how strong a community we have. Okay, I know I'm bloody excited about it, Shorty. Like I've ripped my bicep off. I've been in a lull because I really want to run from Sydney to Melbourne. It's been my dream for so many years, and I want to get this done. And it's another opportunity to push it back. And I'm like, oh, what are we going to do? Last year we did that massive walk and we touched so many hearts. This year we're going to level it up again. 5,000 hearts. Shorty.
Can I just give some context for those who may not know what Frankston's going through? We had a great meeting the other day with Scotty, and he shared some statistics that's actually happening in Frankston, and it's pretty scary. Based on all the towns in Victoria, Frankston was up in the top 20 in relations to theft. It was up there in the top 20 in relations to domestic violence, in relations to drug abuse, in relations to homelessness, in relations to top 5 in relations to food shortages. So what we want to do with this is to actually have an impact where it affects not just the community, but the greater good. Because we honestly believe that by going out there, this is going to have an impact on all those numbers, on all those statistics. And we want to make a positive impact. We want to reconnect. And we honestly know that what we do and how we do it and the impact that we have, it's going to shift those numbers. And so what that means to local businesses out there, when they have a more positive community, when they have a more connected community, the community feels safe. The community feels reconnected. So business owners feel that they are safe and they are connected. Their staff are connected. Their staff are happy to go to work. Their staff are more productive. And so this is like a nice circle of evolution when we can hit the grassroots, we can hit the community, because that's the impact, not just on the individual, not just on the home, not just on the person down the road, but the whole postcode, the whole area of Frankston. So this is why we're super excited.
Yeah, look, I can't. Hope, Shorty. We live in a time of life where there's so much pressure. There's so much we need to do. There's so much that's just amplifying on us. We need hope. Hope is the colour of yellow. Hope is a community walking together. It's funny because we're looking at partnering with other not-for-profits just to walk with us. Where you share, let the other people in the community know what's going on. It's not just about us. We are one community. We are one community. Let's walk together. It's time to reconnect. It's time to bridge the gap. Time is now. Start it with a smile. We're improving our community spirit through connection, positivity, and optimism together. I love Frankston. I love my community. I love the people within it. I want you to know that. I want you to feel it. I want you to do it with me. Shorty.
And I think on that note, that's a beautiful note to leave for tonight.
From my heart to yours, thank you for doing your best right now. Where's that bloody button?